Hey guys, I'm attempting a real intro today since we're back to Monday. It is day 6 of doing vet school online. I have an exam in 2 days. It'll be my first at-home exam, which is going to be super strange. We're using the same exam software as we did in school, but just doing it at home. Yeah, it's a little weird still. The weekend was nice, although didn't really do a whole lot other than we did get some more fish. So I have some video of those guys that I'll put in this video. It was nice to hang out with my husband because he's still working at his office. So seeing him for a little bit this weekend, or a lot of it, we spent the whole weekend together, was nice. And yeah, I'm gonna get back into it. Full disclosure, it's like partway through the day, and I was like, oh, I never filmed an intro for this. So now that I'm mostly done with this way too long intro, I'm gonna get back to my work. That's how it's going. Sorry if this one's a little bit boring. I don't know that I'm doing anything super interesting today, but there'll be some cool fish video in the video, hopefully. So there you go. Happy Monday, everybody. Okay, we're gonna learn about things. Wait, hang on. You have to, excuse me, we're in class, and you have to be respectful, and you have to sit here, and you have. So, synovial fluid. Ready? So, the synovial fluid has to have a total protein of less than 2 grams per deciliter. Super important. That's how you know that it's healthy. So, if you do a joint tap and it's over 2 grams per deciliter, then it might be septic, and that's a big problem. It's a big problem. Okay. So, and then cells in it, it's super low cellularity. It is less than 500 something cells per microliter. Less than 500 cells per microliter in the synovial fluid. So same thing, if it's greater than that, especially if there's neutrophils, in your synovial fluid, that's the worst. That's a septic joint. We don't want septic joints. What are we gonna do with septic joints? It's the worst. Oh my goodness, it's the worst. Yeah. Adult horses can get septic joints from trauma, but baby horses usually get septic joints through hematogenous spread. That's because their umbilicus gets infected because it's an open conduit, and then they get bacteria in their body, and then the bacteria get in the blood, and then their joints are super active because they're babies. And then they get bacteria in their joints, and then they have septic joints, and it's the worst. Okay. Cartilage basically can't heal. That's just what you need to know. Cartilage basically can't heal. It sucks. Once it's damaged, it's never the same. So we've got OC and OCD lesions, those are like big deals, and they can happen in both large animals and small animals. And OC is osteochondrosis, and that's when there's a problem with endochondral bone ossification. And so basically, like when the long bones get longer, the cartilage goes forward and it like travels and it goes like that, it travels, and then bone comes behind it and it mineralizes the cartilage. But what happens is in osteochondrosis, there's a problem with that, and so the bone doesn't fully mineralize the cartilage, and so you get these bigger, excuse me, I'm teaching, I'm teaching. And so then you get these like areas of cartilage, and so on an x-ray, it can look like there's like a deviation like in the end of the bone, but actually there's cartilage there, but cartilage is soft tissue opacity on x-rays. Did you know that? It's the same thing. It's the same opacity as like fluid or muscle or organs or anything like that. So it just looks like there's a defect. But then you can get osteochondrosis dissecans, which is where the extra like chunk of cartilage where it isn't as strong, it actually becomes like a flap and it comes off and it causes problems, and there's like this flap of cartilage inside the joint, and like the joint doesn't like that at all. And you actually can't tell on x-ray if a lesion is just an OC lesion or if a lesion is an OCD lesion unless that flap of cartilage mineralizes, because it can mineralize, and if it does mineralize, but it's like a flap, so it still mineralized, but it did it wrong because it wasn't on the bone when it mineralized, then you can see that mineralized cartilage on x-ray because it looks like bone, so it looks like there's like a little bone flap, and that's how you can diagnose an OCD. But the way to treat an OCD is you have to remove the flap from the joint. And usually nowadays they just do it using arthroscopy, but you can like open up the whole joint and remove it. Also, you should never inject joints on the same day that you're giving a strangles vaccine, because that crap travels everywhere, and any injection you do after you do a strangles vaccine, there's a really good chance that you're going to inject the strep equi into the body, and strangles in a joint just sounds terrible, so we don't do that.